Hey there, YouTube. JT here, Serenity Farms prepping. Well, the research and the updates are coming fast and furious concerning what the Democrats and the deep state want to do to us all as they totally collapse the United States and the world. I have come across some information that all those folks that are pushing this and this have determined that there will be several classes of people left. Not a lot of people left, just what people are left will be divided into several classes. And I cannot show you the article that I'm referencing. It was discovered by a very well-known frontline doctor. I will attempt by the end of the video to give you a reference where you can go if you'd like to after watching my video and see it again and hear it from the person who's actually discovered it. It's on Rumble. They allow free speech over there. So, as we know, they want this. It's connected to 5G. It's a method of control. They want a total collapse so that they can institute a third world shithole, one world currency, very likely a CBDC, central bank digital currency. But I don't think it's going to be like people think it's going to be. It's obviously for control, to literally control every aspect of your life. Literally buy, sell, trade, or shop, or none of the above. And then, of course, what's going on here, my opinion, there's likely going to be a kill switch. Now, here's something to think about before I describe what's coming. If they're controlling here, they don't necessarily need to make people lose their minds and be mindless robots, killing machines, Manchurian candidates, all that good stuff. If they can influence people, then they could just inform them what way they have to vote. All right? If they're that easily influenceable, which most of them are already anyway, then that's not out of the realm of mind control. All right, so here's what the people who are running things, also BlackRock, Vanguard, Bill Gateses of the world, those scum. All right, so the first class will be known as the common class. Amount of accounts, 71 billion. There we go. 7.1 billion or 95.9. Excuse me. Let me start over, please. Amount of accounts in the common class. 7.1 billion or 95.5% of humans. Now that would be humans left, not humans now. Required? Yes. Big B's? Yes. 2 or more. Monthly USDR, that's United States Digital And it wasn't made sure what the R was for, but it's money. So your monthly stipend, $1,000. Okay, remember when that used to be floated as a UBI? But $1,000. Asset limitations. Yes, no greater than $5,000 net worth at any given time. What's your car worth? Account limitations. Yes, bank account cannot exceed $1,000. So your monthly stipend is going to be $1,000, but your bank account cannot exceed $1,000, and your assets cannot exceed $5,000 at any given time. Carbon score. Or you didn't think the scam of climate change wasn't involved in this as well, did you? Yes, restricts travel and food consumption. Well, there isn't going to be any meat. They don't want any cows. They don't want any pork. They don't want any chickens. Crickets don't have a carbon score, okay? So, number 1 is the lowest and best. 500 is the highest and worst. So the lower your number, the better your chances of survival. And apparently with all these classes I'm going to list, if you are a good little slave, sheeple-tard, obedient, human-ish, you can at some point request a higher limitation to your assets and your accounts. But also, if you are a bad person-ish, your numbers could be reduced, or you will simply just be hauled to a re-education camp to be shown the error of your ways and never be seen again. All right, so, sorry about that. C was the common class. Now we have S, which is the sovereign class. Amount of accounts, 7 to 8 million, or 0.1% of humans after. No. Big B's, no. Monthly stipend, no information. Asset limitations, none. No maximum or ceiling for total net worth. Account limitations, no. Bank account has no limit. Carbon score, no. No score is calculated or enforced. Isn't that nice? So, with the total, are you thinking we're going to be in the sovereign class? I'm thinking that I'm not. Okay, I'm letting the video run with the volume off. So let's get to the restricted class. With an R, amount of accounts, 250 million or 3.36 of humans after. Yes, Big B, 3 or more. So we're not even making the sovereign class. We're going to be in the restricted, or maybe the next one, which is even more gooder. All right. Monthly stipend, 500. Asset limitations. Yep. No greater than 1,000 net worth at any time. Okay, the common folk were 5,000. The restricted are 1,000. Account limitations, yes. Bank account cannot exceed 500. Carbon score, yes. Restricts travel and food consumption. One's the lowest and the best. 500 is the highest and the worst. The Q class, or more affectionately known as quarantined. Amount of accounts, 75 million, or 1% of humans. Now remember, all these numbers, and I will retally them for each class, were based on total population, which right now is 8 billion. Oh, these numbers, they're not even close to that. Where's everyone else going? Okay, but I digress. The Q class. Amount of accounts, 75 million or 1%? Yes. Big B's, 5 or more. That's per year, by the way. So what is happening to the Q class? They'll be disappearing very quickly because after 1 or 2, you're done. So you see the object, the restricted class, the common class, the quarantine class. They're only meant to be around for a little while. Each class being around for a little while longer. All right. Monthly stipend for the Qs, $250. Asset limitation, no greater than 500 at any given time. Account limitations, cannot exceed 250. Carbon score, same as the R's and the commons. Restricts travel and food. 1 is lowest, 500 is highest, and the worst. Okay, now each class contains separate screens for fines, demerits, penalties, and so on, as well as sections for rewards for good behavior. Foreign accounts do not have these variables, although they appear to contain a separate module for certain benefits such as vacations, golf club memberships, and so on. So the sovereign folks, they're the beautiful people that are dictating to us right now and telling us everything they're going to do to us, and still we're sitting back and taking it. I just don't know what it's going to take to wake us up. So there you have what the elites and the Democrats are planning after a total collapse and mass depopulation scheme. There will be the common folk, the sovereign folk, the restricted folk, the quarantine folk. Yeah. Sounds fun, doesn't it? So what do you think's going to happen when you violate any of the limitations that are in your particular class? But we all know where we're going to be if we allow this. I already know. I'm not down with it. But anyway, that is what they are expecting to do to the world and the U.S. after the total collapse that they have coming literally within weeks and months. They're going to see who's left after the dark winter. Oh, wait, I got more good news I forgot to share. Right now, they are planning up to 146 more good stuff. Who do you hear speaking out about this that's in Congress right now? There are only 545 of those people. There are 330 million of us. And all of this is still happening. Why? Because over half of us are conservatives. It's not, the way Democrats play, rioting, looting, burning, assaulting, summer of love type stuff. That's not how we normally function. We try to do things by the letter of the law. We have learned over the last 2.5, 6 years that the law only pertains to certain folks, not everyone. So the longer we sit back and wait, because if anyone thinks that the November midterms change anything, then we're done. Because those people care about one person when they get elected. There might be a handful of really good ones, but ultimately we're on our own, which means we have to fix it on our own, which means cleaning out the swamp, the regime. We've got to basically start over from the beginning. Okay, so question is, when it all goes down badly, there'll be a blackout, communications grid blackout, all that good stuff. We're going to have no way to communicate. Dave Hodges from the Common Sense Show, who on YouTube never tells his listeners straight up. He always sugarcoats it. Hints around it. He did an interview with another channel on their own network. That's an all-natural type news station. And he was talking like, we got to get it done. It's likely here, and he had said here, very likely after it all goes down, there will be guerrilla warfare type skirmishes for years. All right? There's so many people right now that think the day after November midterms, everything goes back to the way we knew it 2.5 years ago. That is not happening. Either the elections don't happen or the elections happen because the Democrats know they have something planned that the outcome, results of the elections don't matter, or they're cheating so bad, which is being planned, that it's a moot point. But nonetheless, this has to be our last chance for these people to do things the way our system was designed to do them. So get out there en masse and do what you're supposed to do in November. Work the poll booths. Monitor these libtard scumbags. But I guarantee you, within a couple weeks after the midterms, it's going to be up to us. And you know what it means. So please get prepared. I said before, there's still a rumor September 24th, something really big happening, according to a German legislator who said he or she will remember this day. And then there's people here in the U.S. that are talking about September 24th, but nobody's saying anything. It could be all fear-mongering and hysteria, and they could be sending us a message. I don't know. All I know is I prepare for everything, and you should as well. So you may have time, www.storagechef.com, SFP15 for your discount code. Do what you can. Please be prepared for November for us to do what we have to do. Like, share, subscribe, comment, notification bell. But for now, JT, signing off.